Nearly 50 million years ago, a massive collision reshaped the Earth. When the Indian subcontinent slammed into Eurasia. That impact didn't just raise mountains, it gave birth to something extraordinary. From this titanic clash rose the roof of the world. The Tibetan Plateau, the highest and largest highland on the planet. Up here, where the air thins and the clouds drift at eye level. A world unlike any other emerged. A land of silence and spirit, where valleys remain hidden for centuries and snow-draped peaks are worshipped like living gods. Lakes shimmer in secluded basins, untouched and sacred. And in this isolation, a rich spiritual tradition blossomed. Shaped by the wind, the altitude, and the deep sense of timelessness. The Chamdo region in eastern Tibet is a land of striking contrasts, where high-altitude plateaus meet deep river valleys. Here, three of Asia's great rivers, the Mekong, Salween, and Yangtze, flow side by side, cutting through dramatic gorges and towering peaks. Known historically as Kham, Chamdo preserves a distinct Tibetan culture, language, and monastery architecture found nowhere else. This is Kham, a powerful, untamed corner of eastern Tibet that few have truly seen. Where fierce mountain tribes carved a culture of strength and spirit, and deep valleys still echo with ancient chants. Where trade routes became pilgrimages, and landscapes breathed belief. More than a region, Kham is Tibet's hidden soul, raw, resilient, and breathtakingly real. For centuries, Chamdo marked the gateway to the legendary Tea-Horse Road. Caravans once crossed these rugged highlands, carrying pu'er tea from Yunnan to Lhasa. But they carried more than goods. They carried beliefs, customs, and the spiritual lifeblood of Tibetan culture. Today, that spirit still rides the wind, along China's National Highway 318, known as the Road to Heaven. Winding through Kham's towering peaks and sacred rivers, this 5,000-kilometer stretch from Shanghai to Nepal whispers stories of pilgrimage and faith. As the road climbs, it passes frozen passes, glacier-fed streams, and prayer flag-lined cliffs. For many, this journey isn't just travel, it's a sacred ritual. Some pilgrims walk the entire Tibetan section barefoot, offering every step to the divine. In Kham, devotion takes many forms. A monk spinning a prayer wheel, a lone walker in silence, a monastery echoing with chants. Here, the line between earth and spirit vanishes. Every path, every prayer, every peak, it's all one. In the far reaches of eastern Kham, a quiet world unfolds, where time moves with the wind. At its heart lies Yamdrok Lake, cradled by forests and snow-fed peaks. But it's not just nature that shapes this land. Wooden homes cling to the hills, prayer flags flutter beside stone chortens, and old caravan trails still hold the memory of pilgrims. Here, human spirit is carved gently into the landscape. This is Nyingchi, a green breath on the edge of the Tibetan plateau. Here, where mountains meet monsoon, Tibet reveals a softer soul. No dusty highlands or barren silence, but pine-covered slopes, rushing rivers, and villages built from timber and time. This is where nature nurtures, not punishes, where stone homes lean into the wind and smoke rises gently from kitchen fires. Nyingchi isn't remote. It's rooted, a living land shaped by people and prayer. Boats drift slowly over dark waters as cliffs rise like walls of time. This is the Yarlung Changpo Grand Canyon, carved deeper than the Colorado, older than belief. Along its rim, villagers tend barley fields by hand, while fishermen cast nets where the Brahmaputra bends like a sleeping dragon. Narrow footpaths etched into stone generations ago still carry pilgrims, traders, and quiet prayers. In this canyon, nature doesn't isolate, it embraces. Tucked away in Tibet's Nyingchi region, Basu Lake is a hidden treasure. Its calm turquoise waters surrounded by snow-covered peaks. It's the kind of place that makes you stop and just take it all in. In the middle, Tashi Island holds a quiet old monastery that stood for centuries. There's a stillness here that gets under your skin. It's not just a spot on the map. It's a feeling you carry long after you're gone. Nestled quietly in the green folds of Nyingchi's countryside, Buchu Monastery stands as one of Tibet's oldest spiritual landmarks. Built over 1,000 years ago, this temple carries whispers of ancient rituals and forgotten kings. With prayer flags dancing in the wind and snow-capped peaks on the horizon, Buchu is more than stone and history. It's a window into Tibet's soul. Here, monks chant softly as incense curls skyward, connecting earth to spirit in timeless silence. This is Lhasa, Tibet's beating heart. Here, the mountains hold the city like an old friend, and the thin air carries the scent of incense and barley bread. Monks in saffron robes walk slowly through sunlit alleys. Prayer wheels hum in endless circles, and the snow peaks watch silently from afar. Lhasa isn't just a city in the mountains. It's a city with the mountains in its soul. As dawn breaks, the first light brushes the ancient walls of Potala Palace. Each stone seems to hold a whisper from centuries past. Rising proudly on its hill, its white walls and red towers guard the spirit of Tibet. Inside, butter lamps glow gently, carrying the scent of devotion. From high windows, the city spreads below, still and timeless, as if the world has paused to breathe in its presence. Cradled among winding mountain ridges, Yamdrok Lake glows in shades of turquoise and sapphire. Its waters winding like a ribbon through the high plateau. From above, it shimmers under the sun, a vision of serenity against snow-capped peaks. Locals believe it is a life-giving lake, a source of spiritual energy. Standing on its shore, the vast silence wraps around you, broken only by the whisper of the wind. Morning light spills over Lhasa, casting a golden glow on prayer flags that flutter in the thin mountain air. Barkhor Street winds like a living circle around the sacred Jokhang temple, its heart beating with the scent of incense and the murmur of mantras. Pilgrims in traditional robes move clockwise, spinning prayer wheels polished smooth by centuries of hands. Stone paths glistening under the sun carry the weight of countless footsteps. Merchants line the way with stalls of turquoise beads, thankas, yak wool scarves, and carved wooden charms, their colors as vivid as the surrounding prayer flags. Monks in deep crimson robes weave calmly through the crowd, their quiet presence a thread of peace in the busy rhythm. Here, faith is not confined to temples, it flows through every voice, every color, every breath of Lhasa's living street. High on the northern reaches of Tibet, where the wind runs wild across endless grasslands, lies the Nagqu region, a land of vast skies, sacred peaks, and shimmering lakes. Here, nomadic tents dot the horizon, their black walls holding the warmth of yak wool against the crisp mountain air. The light is different here, sharper, clearer, as if the sky itself leans closer to the earth. Prayer flags ripple along high passes, carrying blessings to valleys below. In Nagqu, nature feels unbound. The turquoise glow of Namtso Lake, the snow-draped majesty of the Nyingchi Mountains, and the serene grace of Sapu Holy Mountain all weave together into a landscape where the earth and heavens seem to meet. At over 4,700 meters above sea level, Namtso Lake shimmers like a turquoise jewel set in the crown of the Tibetan plateau. Its name means heavenly lake, and standing on its shores, it's easy to see why. Snow peaks reflect perfectly in its still waters, while the air carries the sharp scent of salt and wind. Pilgrims walk its long shoreline, spinning prayer wheels and murmuring mantras, their steps keeping rhythm with the gentle waves. As the sun dips low, the lake glows with a light that feels almost unearthly, a quiet reminder of the sacred heart of Nagqu. Rising from the remote grasslands of Nagqu, Sapu Holy Mountain stands crowned in snow. Its white slopes reflected in a turquoise glacial lake below. Sacred to locals, it is a place where legend and landscape meet. The air here is thin and still, broken only by the flutter of prayer flags strung along the shore. In its quiet majesty, Sapu feels less like a mountain and more like a silent guardian watching over the plateau. Stretching like a silver spine across the horizon, the Nyingchi Mountains guard the heart of Nagqu with timeless grace. Their snow-clad peaks rise sharply into the deep blue sky, catching the first and last light of each day in brilliant shades of gold and rose. Glaciers spill down their slopes, feeding rivers that weave through vast grasslands below. For centuries, these mountains have been revered as sacred, their presence woven into local myths and pilgrim prayers. The wind here carries the crisp scent of ice and stone, and in the stillness you feel the quiet power of a range that has watched over the plateau for ages. The wind here carries the scent of juniper and barley, moving through valleys where time feels unbroken. Shagatsi region stretches across golden fields and snow-fed rivers, watched over by peaks that touch the sky. Monasteries stand like sentinels of faith. Their chants rolling through the thin air while small villages rest quietly in the mountain's embrace. This is a land where history is not written in books, but in the stones, the sky, and the hearts of those who call it home. In the quiet shadow of the mountains, Sakya Monastery stands like a keeper of time. Its presence both solemn and enduring. Its gray and red walls rise from the earth, weathered by wind, sun, and the weight of centuries. Inside, the air is thick with the scent of butter lamps, and ancient scriptures rest on dark wooden shelves, their pages kissed by generations of devotion. Monks in deep maroon robes chant in low, rolling voices, the sound echoing softly beneath painted ceilings. Here, faith is not just remembered, it breathes, it lingers, and it lives in every stone. The road winds ever higher, curling through barren slopes where the sky feels close enough to touch. At Mount Everest North Base Camp, the world's highest giant rises before you, silent, immense, unshaken by time. The air is thin and sharp, carrying the pure scent of snow and stone. Strings of prayer flags ripple wildly in the wind, their colors dancing against the blinding white peaks. Standing here, you feel small yet limitless, as if the mountain has opened a hidden doorway into the soul of the earth itself. The land here feels like a canvas brushed in gold and green, alive with the gentle rhythm of mountain life. Nyingchi Valley lies beneath an endless sky, where wheat fields sway in the breeze and children's laughter drifts from quiet stone-built villages. Artisans shape vibrant prayer flags and print sacred texts, each movement a careful act of devotion. A silver river winds through the valley, catching sunlight like scattered gems, while time itself seems to slow, untouched by the rush of the modern world. In the far west of Tibet, where the earth seems to rise into the sky, lies the Ali region, a land of vast plateaus, wind-sculpted cliffs, and a silence that feels alive. The air here is thin and sharp, carrying the scent of dry grass and ancient stone. The horizon rolls. on forever, broken only by snow peaks and sacred sites that have watched over these lands for centuries. This is where history and landscape are woven together, where every shadow tells a story, and the land itself feels like a prayer shaped by time. The journey through the barren, golden plateaus of the Ali region eventually leads to a place where history still breathes, Tholing Monastery. Tucked within the ruins of the ancient Guje kingdom, its ochre-red walls rise from the dusty earth, glowing warmly under the fierce high-altitude sun. From a distance, it appears almost untouched by time, standing as it has for over 1,000 years, watching centuries of pilgrims, kings, and wandering monks pass through its gates. Stepping inside is like walking into a living museum of faith. The air is cool and still, scented faintly with butter lamps that flicker softly in the shadows. Along the walls, centuries-old murals tell stories of devotion and power, intricate images of deities, saints, and the rise and fall of kingdoms. Their colors, though faded, still hold an otherworldly beauty, as if painted with the patience of eternity. The monastery's name, Tholing, means hovering in the sky, and standing here you understand why. The surrounding mountains seem to float above the horizon, their snow-dusted peaks watching over the valley like silent guardians. Prayer flags stretch across the courtyards, snapping gently in the wind, carrying whispered mantras into the vast blue above. Tholing Monastery is not just a monument, it is the heartbeat of the Ali region's spiritual past. Every stone, every doorway, and every shadow carries a story. A reminder that even in this remote, windswept land, faith has found a way to root itself deeply, holding fast through centuries of change. Beyond the high mountain passes of the Ali region lies Ritu Glaciers Valley, a world of ice and silence. Towering peaks pierce the deep blue sky, their frozen slopes feeding rivers that sparkle in the sun. The air is sharp and pure, carrying the quiet power of the mountains. Prayer flags cling to rocky ridges, their colors vivid against the endless white. Here, time feels suspended, and the slow, steady breath of the glaciers speaks of an earth far older than memory. As the sun sinks behind the distant snow peaks, Tibet begins to glow in the soft light of evening. Prayer flags flutter gently in the fading wind, their colors whispering blessings into the vast, silent air. Lakes mirror the last golden rays, and the mountains stand like ancient guardians, unchanged yet ever watching. The scent of incense drifts from monastery courtyards, mixing with the crisp breath of the high plateau. In the villages, fires are lit, and laughter mingles with the low hum of evening prayers. Here, life follows its own rhythm, slow, steady, and in harmony with the land. This journey across Tibet has been more than a passage through landscapes. It has been a walk through living history, a meeting with faith carved deep into the heart of its people. From the turquoise waters of sacred lakes to the wind-swept peaks where the sky feels within reach, every step has been a reminder that beauty is not just seen, it is felt. Tibet is not a place that fades when you leave. It follows you, quietly, in the way you see the world, in the stillness you carry, and in the stories you remember. The land, the sky, and the spirit of Tibet remain eternal, untamed, and unforgettable. And